This episode is brought to you by the Denver Botanic Gardens, Chatfield Farms. Because there's still time to light up the holidays at Trail of Lights, Chatfield Farms. Wander a glittering path of lights through the quiet Colorado countryside and enjoy hot beverages, nuts, kettle corn, caramels, and fudge, which are available for purchase. You'll see the historic Hildebrand Ranch House and 19th century schoolhouse decorated with holiday lights. I mean, the hot chocolate is obviously most appealing to me because it keeps me warm, along with my Uggs. But, you know what? I'm not going to say. I actually had kettle corn yesterday. I will have kettle corn. Tis the season. It's perfect. Trail of Lights runs through January 11th and is open on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Tickets must be purchased in advance. Get yours today at botanicgardens.org.
Today on CityCast Denver, wildfires in December. That's the worry this week with all the warm, dry weather we've been having. So producer Olivia Jewell and I are talking about Excel's possible power shutoff on Wednesday. Plus, someone's hacking road signs again. So I'm putting on my conspiracy cap and making some calls. And we got some really fun questions and comments from you all this time for the end of the show. This is my favorite thing we do. I love this, and it really relies on you guys sending good ones. So please send more good questions, leave more good comments, and we'll do another whole mailbag episode soon. Today is Tuesday, December 16th. I'm Paul Caroli, and here's what Denver's talking about. Hey, good morning, Olivia.
Good morning, Paul.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it started a couple nights ago, and here we are.
Yeah, I used to celebrate Hanukkah with my neighbors every year. We would go for at least one night of Hanukkah and do all the stuff with them, and it was so fun.
I love that. Anyway, happy Hanukkah to everyone celebrating. And before we get to the news, there is one thing that I wanted to mention because it is going to be in the headlines, but we're recording this on Monday. People are going to hear this on Tuesday. The Denver Summit FC subsidy vote, City Council is voting on that tonight, Monday night. So we'll probably talk about that later in the week. I'm very interested. This is like one of the biggest stories of the whole year. So Can't wait to see what happens. I think it might be close, actually.
It'll be exciting.
Oh, a couple more things. One, thanks to everyone who joined the membership program during our campaign last week. That was so exciting to see everyone come out. And then also, for those of you who are also maybe or joining us for the big awards show Thursday night. Yes. The Denverist Denver Awards.
So great.
Dare I say the inaugural Denverist Denver Awards.
I just made this fancy ring to wear.
Tell me about this ring.
I'm showing Paul right now. It's made out of a vintage brooch, and I turned it into a ring. Mm-hmm. And it's giant and very fancy, and I'm going to be wearing it.
That's so big, people might see that
on
from the crowd when you're up on the stage.
That's the goal. So really trying to make a moment there for myself.
The thing we've planned for you, speaking of your moment, is so good. I can't wait I'm just excited about it.
If you ever wanted to see me do a backflip, JK.
Can you do a backflip?
No. I talk about it a lot. I just like to see people do backflips. I get really excited.
You could probably learn.
I probably could, but I live in an apartment and I'm on the second floor, so I'm not sure that my downstairs neighbor would really be down for that.
Well, you could go to a park. You don't have to do it in your apartment.
Well, then people would see me fail while I was learning.
I guess that's true. That could be embarrassing.
I need to do it in the privacy of my own home.
Fair enough. Shall we get to the news?
Yes, let's talk about the news.
All right, what do you want to start with? You want to start with...
let's start with the sign. There was a sign that people saw this weekend.
Yes, I'm happy to talk about this. I thought this was so interesting because it keeps happening. And I think I finally have... Well, I thought I had a reason why, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. The news is Friday night, there were a couple of traffic signs that were spotted, one at East Colfax and Lincoln. I saw it in the Denver Gazette and on the Denver subreddit, and then one on 14th Street downtown showing the message, quote, "Cars ruin cities." Very provocative statement from what looks like a traffic safety infrastructure thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our friends at the Gazette got a comment from the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure. Nancy Kuhn said, Dottie is not investigating the incident. The signs likely don't belong to Dottie, but a contractor.
Yeah, I was going to ask this. I was like, what's it going to cost for me to get one of these signs and just put up my own messages?
Olivia, that is exactly the question where I landed on this being so interesting, because I looked back at past incidents of this happening, and there were two that I remember. There was one actually back in June, and then there was another one like 4 years ago, and we can talk about those messages too and the locations, because I think all of it is, I'm triangulating here. This is conspiracy, Paul. I'm next to the board. I'm connecting dots. But I found another one that was from Longmont.
Okay.
Curiously, there was an incident in Longmont, June 13. The Longmont Times-Call reported, on Sunday, a digital road sign on Nelson Road was hacked to display the message, Boobs Part 2, just 2 weeks after a sign on the same road was hacked to display the word boobs. Were
the O's zeros? I have to ask. Like, that's
I can't confirm that. I can't confirm that. The Times-Call, it looks like they're O's, but I don't know. I mean, wow. I wish I had seen these signs.
This is so important to me.
It gets better. It gets better, because that happened like 2 weeks before someone in Denver put up a similar one. I think it was likely a copycat. So maybe there's some kind of a Longmont connection. The one in Denver back in June was someone put up a sign on an electronic traffic message board near Broadway and I-25, according to Westward, with the phrase, bring the heat, F ice. Now, they spelled out the F word. I'm not going to. This is a family show. But they said F ice. And again, Nancy Kuhn of Dottie says the message board belongs to a contractor working with Dottie to install safer ramps between Broadway and I-25. They say someone outside the team broke the lock on the sign message board controller panel and changed the message.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they have like a little keypad thing in there, because I remember reading about this in the past, because this is one of my favorite things. I love seeing photos of these signs have the wrong message on them. I think it's hilarious. But I remember reading something about this forever ago, that like there was one, I mean, this was probably years ago. It's like they forgot to lock up the keypad or whatever, so people were just like writing on it. But I almost like it better that people were like busting in and doing it. That's like the kind of crime we need to bring back. Like crime that's not actually hurting anyone.
Tell me about these other crimes that you like. What are the crimes that you want to do?
If you want to hear about the crimes I enjoy, you're going to have to talk to me in person. I don't want to incriminate myself.
Okay, come out to the awards show.
So come find me at the awards show. I'll be wearing purple. And we can chat about the crimes I'm interested in. But first, you have to become a member, because that is a members-only privilege. So membership.citycast.fm. Thank you.
Okay, so speaking of the locks, this is something I learned when I called up AAA Barricade, which is the contractor that was named in the Longmont Times-Call article. None of the Denver coverage went this deep to talk to the contractors who put up these signs.
They're not getting another contract.
You think? I don't know. I wonder. Andrew Scott, the owner of AAA Barricade, told me that they're a broker on the message boards, and they rent the boards from Street Smart Rentals, which is apparently a company that has a bunch of these things. And they said the way that those messages typically get on the boards is the city requires them to put up certain things, and they require them whenever they're doing some kind of road work like this to have one of these boards to communicate with drivers. Right. So it's not the city putting up the messaging. They're actually relying on the contractor to do it, which I think is why it puts these boards in this kind of weird gray area of like pseudo public private communication where you can't totally trust it. And sometimes there's these weird messages.
Well, that makes sense to me, like based off of like construction companies doing projects. Like it's their responsibility to have like barricades and stuff up to block off unsafe areas for people and like, things like that. So I guess the burden of that does fall on the person completing the work.
I wonder what happens when it's the city doing the work themselves. If Dottie has these boards, if they own any of these boards. I don't know. I emailed Nancy Kuhn for more information about this, so we might get more later. I don't know. The last thing that Andrew Scott told me that was interesting is that this world is changing. The old boards had the physical locks and had the panels where you could reprogram the messages if you had the master password. This is no longer the case. That's old technology. Everything is digital now. All of these things are the boards are digitally programmed. And he says that's probably what happened with this new one on Friday night in downtown Denver it was, quote,
Hackers.
probably some 22-year-old kid in their basement with nothing better to do, according to Andrew Scott, owner of AAA Barricade.
You see a 22-year-old kid in his basement with nothing better to do. I see a very sharp mind, a hacker who can go on to the future of coding. No, I don't know. But
I don't know. Some kind of mobility activist, too. The message on this one I thought was
funny.
interesting, too. Cars ruin cities.
Yeah.
It's
I was
pithy.
like, they're coming for you. It was, yeah. I do really like these. I would like to see how much it costs to rent one.
The AAA Barricades people told me thousands of dollars, but they didn't specify beyond that. They didn't want to, I think there's like some competitive secrets or something they didn't want out there.
Well,
I had another theory about this Cars
Okay.
Ruin Cities message, because that's what kind of got people's attention after the pictures went around. Do Better Denver in particular, they made a post in their usual conspiratorial style. With major events at the Colorado Convention Center in downtown drawing visitors up 14th Street today, what kind of message does this send to Denver residents and visitors? Is this official city messaging or just unchecked vandalism on public infrastructure? So one, I think we have an answer to the second. It's just vandalism. It's not official city messaging. But what kind of message it does send is fascinating. And that's when I thought, wait a second, this is 2 blocks away, these signs, from an event happening at History Colorado Friday night. The War on Cars podcast was in town for a
my
live
God.
event featuring some of our friends of the show. Kyle Clark was on the panel, and Raina Kingston,
Yeah.
HD5 candidate, was there talking about mobility. I was sad I couldn't make it. These people are all really interesting.
right.
I asked Raina if anyone brought up the signs at the event, and she
Yeah.
says, haha, yes, it was mentioned, ... So perhaps it was one of these people at the War on Cars event.
Oh my God, it had
Wanted
to
to-
have been.
I kind of think so. It was like 2
That's
blocks
such a
away.
crazy coincidence. That would be such a coincidence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
That's fun. I
I
love
enjoyed
another
all of
layer
it.
to it.
All of it. I love it. I enjoyed all
Yeah,
of it.
that's deep. Huh.
Yeah. I do
Well-
think that the Longmont hacker still wins for Boobs
Yes.
Part 2. That's still
Boobs
the
Part
funniest.
2 is hilarious. And like that's what you do when you get a sign. Boobs. Boobs Part 2.
Yeah, that's what you do when you just happen to get access to the sign. You realize you could do it, so what do? The people who are like F ICE or like abolish cops, which was on a sign
They
in
planned
2021, that was more like a targeted, I think.
Yeah, I feel like when the police are investigating this crime, it'll be like premeditated versus like spur of the moment crime. And it's like the messaging will tell you that.
Yeah.
Like Boobs Part 2 versus Cars Ruin Cities.
Mm-hmm.
Two different things happening there.
You know, the police never investigated any of the old ones. In the Longmont situation, the reporting all says the police are not looking into it. The one in Denver in June was like, no one complained about this. No one alleged that this was a crime, so we're not going to touch it. Anyway.
It's fun to think about, though, all the fun messaging options. I would like to rent one of these just for personal use.
I would put up a Listen to CityCast Denver ad on one of these signs.
I would put one up that just has like a specific person's name that like maybe I don't even really know, but I just like has their name and be like,
Cheryl, exclamation point.
be like, hey, first last name, stop picking your nose, or just something like really specific. And they're like, oh my God, how did they know? It's like, you're being surveilled. JK,
like a
it was
very-
just a wild guess.
Very Truman Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
This episode is brought to you by Foothills Animal Shelter, which, by the way, is Colorado's largest single-campus animal agency located at 6th Avenue and I-70, just outside of downtown Golden. They serve Jeffco and partner with shelters across Colorado through their open admission, lost pet reunification, and Better Together, resources supporting pet owners in need. Plus, adoption centers are open daily. Foothills Animal Shelter provided shelter for nearly 9,000 animals in need in 2024 and helped almost 6,000 pets stay in their loving homes. So help them out today. If you give by December 31st, your donation will be matched up to $20,000 as part of their Holiday Fund campaign. Or you can support the shelter by adopting a dog. Oh, you're sending me a link to look at dogs, Paul? Oh my God, Charlie. Charlie's 9 years old. See, this is what we're looking for a dog to be a companion for Boomhauer because every time he goes to his dog cousin's house, he's like, comes back so excited. And we know he's like a pack dog by nature. And maybe this dog, Charlie, who's 9 years old, is his new friend he's been waiting for. Kiki, Boston, Kimmy. Adoption fees for adult dogs aged 1 year and up are half off through December 31st. Head to foothillsanimalshelter.org to learn more. This episode is brought to you by Denver Health. Denver Health is proud to sponsor the CityCast Denver Denver's Denver Awards. As the backbone of this city for 165 years, they are Denver's most trusted. Denver Health is more than a hospital, more than a doctor, more than a treatment. They are a community. Denver Health is your neighbor and your champion, with you for life's journey. Denver Health offers emergency care, urgent care, and primary care, as well as healthcare in more than 130 other specialties. Most major insurance types are accepted. Visit denverhealth.org/citycast to learn more. That's denverhealth.org/citycast.
Okay, Excel, back in the news this week. Apparently, they're warning people that there might be more of these preemptive power shutoffs Wednesday because there's a, quote, major wind event in the forecast. What can you tell us about this, Olivia?
Yes. Well, these are called public safety power shutoffs, aka PSPS, or as I like to call it, the noise you make at your cat. I got this email this morning. But so the email says like, oh, check on our outage map to see if you'll be affected. But you go to the outage map today, Monday, and it just shows you the outages that are happening today. So that's largely unhelpful. But from what I can tell, it's going to be the, I think they said lower foothills and the plains that they're expecting this to happen in.
Okay,
but
that's kind
so
of
they
a
do
big
these
range.
Yes.
The lower foothills and the plains.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything.
We'll see. I
Yeah,
didn't get the email. I'm
you
on the
didn't get it.
southeast side of town. You're on the
You
west
didn't get
side of
it.
town.
Okay. So I guess I am in the range then. That was my question. Basically, they have a couple criterias when they consider doing one of these, and they are extreme winds that are greater than or equal to the 99th percentile at specific locations, low relative humidity, and low fuel moisture, like the presence of dry shit on the ground, like leaves.
So like the conditions that lead to wildfires.
Yes, they are trying to prevent wildfires. They said that they try to notify up to 48 hours or more in advance before one of these things because they are planning to shut off all the power in the event of one of these, so that if the wind goes crazy and it's blowing these lines around, it's not going to start a fire. So basically, we're kind of in limbo of, is it going to happen or not? But they have said whether or not they're going to do the PSPS, they are going to implement their enhanced power line safety settings on Wednesday. So that is basically where they set up the lines so that they can instantly stop the flow of energy. So if like a tree touches the line or something, it'll just stop. So there's a good chance even if they don't preemptively shut off the power, you could still lose power anyway, just because they're like putting this kind of sensitive setting on the lines.
That's fascinating. I appreciate the precautions they're taking because I remember last year when they shut off the power without any warning, how big of a problem that was for like the whole metro area. I remember there were stories of like restaurants whose freezers lost power and they lost like thousands of dollars worth of food, of merchandise and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously businesses aren't exempt from this. Like if you don't have a generator, you're kind of screwed.
I wonder if more people are getting generators now because this happens.
I think so, because they're starting to do this more. Like there was one of these just last week in the same kind of area. It was like Park County Foothills, partially Excel, partially Core Energy, and I think one more provider. There was crazy high wind up there. They even shut down 285 for a little bit of time because it was so windy. So they did this last week to prevent a wildfire. And as far as I can tell, nothing's on fire. So good job. The thing I was thinking about with this is that, like, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago, I got an email from Excel that Excel has submitted a proposal to the Colorado Public Utilities Commission that they want to adjust their electric rates to fund investments. I don't know if you saw that, Paul. Or if you got that.
I don't remember that
I mean, do we ever
specifically.
click on Excel emails? I'm usually just scrolling right
No,
past
probably
that
not.
shit. Like, you know?
I do like
but-
reading about it. I mean, the Denver Post does good coverage.
Yeah.
The Colorado Sun does great coverage.
Well, I just saw it because there was a line in it that said increase in rates.
Yeah.
And so my ears perked up and I was like, what the hell? I was looking into this more this morning during this. And I was just like,
Yeah.
the timing's just not good for them. Like, it's just not it. I don't know, in my opinion. But
Really? I feel like people appreciate the warning you're getting about the pss is telling us, and all these enhanced security measures, like that's the stuff that they'd be able to pay for by being more aware of the changing climate, of being able to, I think people want that. I think people want more warning, more notice, more
Maybe.
safety. And yes, it costs money. I mean, that part
Maybe.
sucks, but
I don't know. The things that they listed that the money was going to go to, I'm reading from this email they sent me. So they said, over the past 3 years, we've made significant investments to upgrade and modernize the electric system to power the state's growing economy, prevent outages, deliver cleaner energy, and protect the grid against extreme weather and other threats.
this is
I
a
don't
huge
know.
topic. Excel is a
huge-
huge, complicated company.
It's a huge, complicated company. And like, I don't know. I think especially like some of these areas, I think that they've even said like it might take us a while to restore the energy, especially if we do this enhanced power line safety thing, because that means a crew has to visually inspect the power line before they can turn the power back on. So like restoring an outage is going to take longer. So I'm just thinking about like areas where this happens, areas where there's not as many like available crews. It's probably going to take longer. And like, I don't know. It would be hard. It would be hard, especially if you're a small business. I mean, time is money, power is money. And like these rates, if they get approved, which it's supposed to be this month that they're going in front of the Utilities Commission. So
Yeah.
the rate increase for people is going to be like almost $10 a month more, and then almost $15 a month more
That's
for
not
business,
nothing.
small businesses.
$120 a year.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
not
this
nothing.
is real. We should look more into this. I want to.
Yeah.
You're getting me more intrigued. I want to hear from listeners too. If anyone like works in this world or is familiar with this or is an expert in this, like I think we should please call in. Let us know. Let us know what we should know. Who should we ask about this? Where's the most interesting conversation happening around Excel and the way that the power grid is changing right now in relation to climate change, especially. 720-500-5418 is the number to call. Leave us a text, send us a voicemail with your name and neighborhood, and you might hear it on the show. 720-500-5418.
This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. Now, you've heard me talk about how an Aura Frame digital picture frame is the best gift, but let me just give you a list. Wirecutter, The Strategist, Wired, PC Mag, Good Morning America, The Today Show, Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, and literally over 400 more. They all recommended Aura Frames in their gift guides in 2024 alone. Listen, as humans, it took us thousands of years of giving each other stuff, but I think we finally did it. We actually have created the perfect gift. It's the Aura Frame. And now, for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat frames using promo code CityCast at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code CityCast. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now and get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. This episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I love Christmas lights, pine and fir-scented candles, and of course, getting a little cozy and watching holiday movies. No better way to elevate the snuggly experience than with Cozy Earth's Bubble Cuddle Blanket. Cozy Earth's Bubble Cuddle Blanket combines comfort and style with its distinctively textured bubble design and ultra-soft faux fur feel. Featuring an extended plush pile and mid-weight construction, it's the perfect size for me and my husband and our 4-year-old to snuggle up and watch Home Alone on repeat. I asked my son what he thinks about the Bubble Cuddle Blanket, and this is what he said.
I love the Cozy Earth Bubble Cuddle Blanket.
I love cuddling with you in the Cozy Earth Bubble Cuddle Blanket. What about you?
Yes.
Should we get Daddy to cuddle with us? No, it's just you and me.
Yeah, no, me and you.
I love it. I love you.
Yeah.
Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code CozyDenver for up to 20% off. And if you get a post-purchase survey, be sure to mention you heard about Cozy Earth right here on CityCast Denver. Give the gift of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays and carries into the cozy new year. Go to CozyEarth.com.
Shall we hear from some listeners? Olivia?
Yeah, let's hear.
It is Tuesday after all. We love ending the Tuesday show, hearing from a text or a voicemail from a listener or a reader of the newsletter who's written in to tell us something good. What do you want to talk about here? We got a voicemail. Should we start with a voicemail?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hey, Bree. Hey, everybody. I was just listening to the Friday Roundup, and y'all, this is your friend Tim, by the way, in Cheeseman Park. And I go to the Sea Film Center all the time, and anytime it's mentioned, I feel like, number one, thank you for mentioning it. I was going to be sad if you didn't, talking about movie theaters. I love that theater because it's a nonprofit and it feels good to spend my money there. They don't have reclining seats, but they do have the best programming in Denver. So, like, one of the fun things about the Alamo is that they play all sorts of unique, older, off the beaten path movies, and the Sea does that kind of programming, except probably two or three times as many different movies, and I just absolutely love it. So I would love to hear y'all talk more about Sea Film Center if you're ever talking about movies again. Bye.
Thanks,
All right.
Tim.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. Olivia, not a big movies person. What's the last time you went to the movies?
Oh, God, the last time I went to the movies?
You went to an actual physical theater and sat in a dark room with a big crowd of people chomping on popcorn.
Well, I will say, like, part of the reason I don't really like to go to the movies is just, like, it's an anxiety thing for me. I just, like, it's a setting that makes me anxious, like, sitting in a room like that with people in the dark. Like, yeah, it's definitely an anxiety thing for me. But I saw something at the Mayan Theater probably when I moved here, or maybe like 2022.
Don't remember what it was.
No, I also like don't have, I don't remember things I consume. Is I just like, they like fly out the other ear as soon as I consume them. So, God, I'm not the person here. I'm so sorry. I'm
the person.
Paul's
I'm
the
the person.
person.
I know all the theaters. I like all the theaters for different reasons. The Sea is cool. They have a bar. The people at the bar are nice. They'll give you a martini in a real glass you can take into the movie theater. That's a cool
like
feature.
that.
You don't get that at every theater. I agree the Sea has great programming. The most recent one I saw there was Begonia, which I didn't love. I thought it was fine, and I'm a Yorgos fan. I love most of his movies with Emma Stone. I thought this one was just okay. Stavros, huge fan of his. He was kind of like okay in this one. And yeah, they do get great stuff. They had a preview for this like Italian political drama that I'd never heard of, La Grazia, that's playing now actually, and I thought, wow, I should go see that. I've never heard of that. One thing about the Sea that I don't love is that they do these like introductions where they'll have someone from the Sea come on in the video and like tell you about the movie you're about to see. And I am a real hardliner when it comes to spoilers, and I don't need an introduction. I'm
Is that
already
when you
there.
go get your martini?
Maybe I should do that. I should just know that it's coming and I should hit the bar, skip the
Yeah.
introduction.
I was like, maybe I would feel less anxious if I had a martini in a real glass.
Hey, maybe.
They serve me two at a time, double
Maybe.
fist it at the movie. Maybe that's how I get back to the theater.
My
I don't
favorite
know.
theater remains the AMC at the 9th and Co-Development, which is brand new, great seats, it's all still pristine. I just love it. I think that's a great product. They got the Coke Freestyle machine, very fun.
I will say I clearly don't go to movies very much, but like at one point, I think like during college, I went to a movie and I hadn't been to the AMC in like years, clearly, because I don't go. And I got there, and that's when they had the reclining seats and all that stuff. And my mind was blown.
It's
I
different
kind of
now.
felt like an Amish person, like seeing technology for the first time. I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? They got reclining seats in here. Like, there's a footrest.
Did it heat up? Did your seat heat up?
Yeah.
They got that on Ninth and Co.
It
too.
was
That's
crazy.
pretty good. It's pretty
I
good.
couldn't believe it. Was actually like I had been like stuck in time, and then I showed up and the future was now in this AMC. It was actually wild.
Have you ever done 4DX or 4X or whatever it's called?
No.
They'll spray you with water and like smells and stuff.
No, I don't want that.
Oh, you might like it.
I'm already so anxious at the movies. I could not handle that. It's ugh. But yeah, I do remember those seats actually blowing my mind.
Yeah,
so
good. You're going to find me at the AMC 9th and Co. for Avatar, Fire and Ash in a couple of weeks. That's the next one I'm excited about.
You'll find me watching the movie 7 years later on my TV at home.
In 10-minute chunks on TikTok.
I'll watch it for 10-minute chunks on TikTok until I've decided I've probably watched 4 hours of it over and over again until I decide I can commit to it. And then I'll watch it. And then I'll immediately forget it. So
we have another text here about the movie theater conversation from Friday. Can I read this?
Yeah.
They say, when I went to the Alamo recently, the message I got summarizing my bill said that if you don't update it, they automatically charge 20% gratuity. So I think this is about Josh Emerson, our guest on that show, who was saying that he had to scan a QR code to order before the movie and that he didn't have an opportunity to tip. So this person is saying that would be automatically added, a 20% tip.
The auto gratuity is interesting.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I don't mind being charged the 20%.
I like it, but it reminds me of like if you forget to close out at the bar and they like auto charge your card. And like, it's not like I wasn't going to tip anyway, but I'm like, I feel kind of violated because I didn't do it myself.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
I wanted to do it.
Okay, here's one last one. I think we should do this, but I think we should maybe just agree that we're going to talk about this later because this came in and we were both like, oh, interesting. Text from Anonymous says, I might be a little late to the game, but in season 28, episode 2 of South Park, they introduce, quote, South Park sucks now, and I'm seeing parallels to Do Better Denver.
Ooh.
Wow. You're just as into this Do Better Denver story as I am, Olivia. I know. Is that something that appeals to you? You want to hear South Park's take on that?
I mean, I think it's going to be hilarious.
They're very good. The new stuff has been good. I fell off on it, though.
I fell off, too. I'm on my college roommate's still on his login, and he doesn't know. So I feel like really kind of secretive when I'm getting on there. I'm like, what if, because he's also watching South Park, and I'm like changing his place in the series. So, but yeah, no, I'm going to watch this. I think it's going to be funny. And
when's the last time you talked to this person?
My roommate?
Yeah, whose Paramount Plus login you're using apparently.
Probably a couple months ago.
Oh.
Like, I mean, we're just not like, I mean, we lived together for 3 years and now we're like not as close as we used to be. But like, I feel weird not being like, hey, I'm using your login. I just like haven't really like actually had a conversation with him and I'm just like using his stuff. So, but I don't feel bad enough to stop doing it, obviously, because I'm still doing it. Mm-hmm. I just kind of think about it slightly when I log in. So
can I tell you something? I'm at the age, I wish my old college roommate was using my login to stuff. I wish I still had that connection and some excuse to talk. That was kind of making me feel like, oh man, I haven't talked to he was like love that guy, Lewis.
I better text Jack.
You should. You should.
Text Jack.
I'm going to call Lewis. Maybe I'll do it around Christmas. Yeah. We used to do college radio together.
Aw.
Oh, well. Anyway, call in, leave us more texts and messages. These are the most fun part of the show. 720-500-5418. Seriously, you guys, you're smarter than us and funnier than us. Please keep calling in, leaving us texts. Okay.
Paul, maybe.
720-500-5418. Olivia Jewel Love, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Paul Caroli.
See you next time. Hey, it's Paul. I'm dropping in with a disclosure. You should know that both Excel Energy and Denver Film, which operates the C Film Center, are recent sponsors of CityCast Denver. But that had nothing to do with why we played that voicemail earlier or why we talked about wildfires and power outages today. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell whoever hacked those road signs about us, especially the ones in Longmont. That person seems awesome. Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. And thank you so much to all the new neighbors who joined during our membership campaign at the end of last week. Beanies are coming your way. I hope I see you all at the Denver's Denver Awards on Thursday. But specifically, I want to say thank you to Laura B., Alec H., Greg S., Frederica F., Gabriel S., Lisa B., Monica M., Ben D., Mark B., Corwin W., Jake M., Nathan C., Catherine B., Max W., and Eli Z. You all are the best. And you too can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. And you know what, Olivia? This just in, news in the inbox. I heard back from Nancy at Dottie about the signs, the Friday incident. She said, what I can tell you is the variable message signs were contractor owned, likely several contractors, and in all cases unlocked. Interesting. Do I detect an inside job? She says, we will be working with contractors to ensure they secure these devices moving forward. Hope that is helpful. It is helpful. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy's the best. See you next time, everyone.
Did you know CityCast Denver has a perks program? Every week, we're highlighting some standout deals from our favorite businesses in town to help you support local and save some money. It's a win-win. Here are some highlights from this week. Visit any Topo Designs retail store and mention this ad to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. But you can get this deal through February 1st, 2026. Or saddle up for an intergalactic adventure at the Adultiverse Space Rodeo on January 17th, where you can experience the worlds of Meow Wolf Denver transformed into a 21 and up psychedelic party. Use code GIDDYUP for $4.20 off an Adultiverse ticket. Offer available for redemption now through January 17th, 2026. Or check out Green Door. You can pre-order a curated cannabis box for your next Denver trip. Includes edibles, snacks, and local accessories, ready for pickup. No stress, no lines, just a better trip. Use code DenverPerk for $10 off any experience box. To see a full list of participating businesses, just visit denver.citycast.fm/perks. It's a great way to check out new restaurants, shops, and events in your city without breaking your budget. And I think that rules.